So thank you for joining me for the interview. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Give me a little bit of background on yourself and everything, your music, how you got started.
I started, at first I wasn't even rapping. I wrote a poem in school about a balloon. And I don't know. From there, I just started writing more poems. And the poems started to evolve into just rapping, I guess.
So you've been, how long have you been rapping now then?
For like almost 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then kind of basically ever since you were in high school.
Yeah, yeah. But I didn't really take it serious when I was in high school. I knew I could do it. Like I would write songs, and I've had producers like talk to me and ask me to come to the studio, but I would never take it serious. I only started taking it serious like probably 6, 7 years.
Okay. So where did you come up with your name, Flyy?
Really was from my father. His nickname was Curtis Blow. So I just took the Blowfly and put the Blowfly, but I didn't realize that there was an older gentleman named Blowfly. I did not know that. I just want people to understand that I did not know that. I thought I was totally being original when I did that.
Well, I've got to be honest, your music is rather original. What would you say separates you from other artists? Because you definitely have like a very smooth beat to your music.
What would separate me is, like, I understand like a lot of people right now, they're into like the drill scene. Everyone's talking about the killing and glorifying all kinds of gangster stuff like that. I'm not really into that. I just rather talk about things that people could relate to in general life. I'm not a rich person, so I try not to talk about the glamour life too much. I try and talk about, like we all sit back, there's people that have a 9-to-5 job, but they want to do more in life. So I'm that type of person. I'm the type of person that I strive, and in my music, I try and rap about just striving to be the best you can be.
Yeah. So is that where you get a lot of your inspiration for your music?
Yes, mostly life, things around me. Like this conversation right here, I'm pretty sure sooner or later, within my rhymes, this little interview that we had will be incorporated somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was life like for you growing up?
I can't say it was hard. I did live in the projects, but I grew up in Toronto. I lived in Nova Scotia. I lived here until I was like 8, 9 years old. My mother, she moved to Toronto. My grandmother sent me from Halifax to Toronto. And so basically I grew up in Toronto, and that's where most of my experiences come from. And some in Halifax also.
Okay. So then life wasn't too bad growing up for you then?
No, not really. Even though we lived in the projects, my mother still provided for me. The choices I chose in life was my own choices. I couldn't blame none of the things that I did on how my mother took care of me, how the people around me was there for me. You know what I mean? My life was pretty good.
So you say you started out writing poetry. What who kind of, did you have any influences growing up in the hip hop world or other places?
Honestly, no. I was in grade 7 when I wrote that poem. And I was in grade 7 when I wrote that poem. I don't even think I was really listening to, I probably watched cable TV and scenes like hip hop on TV, but didn't really sit down and actually put music in a cassette and listen to it until my mother, she's in the gospel music. So she ordered Tupac without knowing it was Tupac. So she ordered the cassette tape without knowing that it was even Tupac. The only reason why she ordered it considered ordering it for me, along with her cassettes, was because Tupac was on. I can't remember the cassette. Me Against the World, I think it was, and he
Oh,
was
okay.
standing in the front with a cross on. I think he was dressed in black or something. But
Yeah.
to my mother, that kind of represent gospel music or whatever. Like, I don't know what she seen in the picture, but she actually ordered that. I didn't even know who Tupac was. Like, that's how out of tune I was with hip hop. I was in grade 7, grade 8. I was like playing a little bit of basketball, but that's how I was out of tune with hip hop. I didn't even know who Tupac was until I put the cassette in, and I was like, "Yo, mom, this is not gospel music. This is rap music right here." So without her even knowing, she just opened up the door to hip hop music for me right there.
So it was your mother that kind of got you started
Yeah, really,
unknowingly.
without even knowing it though. And myself also, right? So yeah, that was pretty cool.
So you say your mother was involved in the church and everything and choir. Were you also involved in any of that?
I would go to church with my grandmother, sit in the front, eat some mint candies and stuff like that. But that's it. That's it. I try a little bit after that. I tried to go by myself or whatever, I try and stay in tune with
Um,
spirituality.
so is it your spiritual side also that kind of influences some of your music?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. I believe in a higher power.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I believe in there's something greater than us out there, right? So I try and put that in my music.
Um, so being in rap music now, um, do you have any influences now in the rap world compared to back then? Who you listen to?
Um, it would have been Dame Dash and Jay-Z,
Oh
just
yeah.
for their most of it's for Jay-Z for the hip hop and the business savvy that he has, and Dame Dash just for the swag and the way he holds himself as a business person and a marketing genius to me anyway. So I try and study those two guys right there, especially Dame Dash.
So do you hope to, besides the rapping, get into more of the business side of hip hop and rap?
Oh yeah, of course. I always think about that. Always. I just don't know what it is. But I would love to always continue being a part of hip hop, even if it's, being just a supporter for another young youth that's coming up that wants to write music or something and be a part of the hip hop scene. If I could just be a part of their journey and help them along the way as a manager or something. I don't know. I've always wanted to try and dibby and being a manager.
Okay. Would your label then be more independent like you are?
Yes, of course. Who doesn't want to be independent? Everything's right in your face. You don't, you, the internet's right there. All you have to do is put in the work. That's it. That's it. The internet's right there for you. So yeah, why not stay independent?
So have you gotten any offers from any of the companies or anything?
I've had like little small distribution deals. That's it. Just to get me a little further in life, I guess, but nothing major.
So either way, you would rather be more independent.
I would rather be more independent and have a distribution deal. Yeah.
So is it difficult in the independent world, or have you found it pretty easy?
Well, I've always been independent, so I don't know
Yeah.
the difference between major or independent. All I know is that I got to work to get myself in a position where I want to be.
Okay.
And that's not saying I wouldn't take a major deal, but at the same time, I would love to stay independent and things like that, just to help me market my own music the way I want to do it.
Yeah. And not to mention, you have much more control over your lyrics and your songwriting and everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I'm still here. Do you have any new music or anything coming out?
Yeah, I got a new song on Spotify and Apple Music called Loud Pack. That's out right now. That's doing pretty good. And I also have an EP that's finished. I'm just trying to figure out a couple more things, do some more promotional ads, do some more videos before I actually promote the album. It's called Playing God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what made you come up with that title?
You know what? From all the things that are going on, I'm actually from North Preston, one of the largest Black communities in Canada, and there's been a lot of stuff going on here. So, and a lot of stuff going on in the world actually. So Playing God was just fitting because I feel like everyone's trying to play God in some way, somehow. The government's trying to play God. This young man over here is trying to play God with this young man's life. You know what I mean? Everyone's trying. It's like a power struggle right now.
Yeah.
So it was only fitting for me to name the EP Playing God, right?
Yeah.
Like I say, I just try and evolve with the times, and things that go on around me, I write about it. Things that I went through, I write about it. Things that I'm going through now, I try and write about it. So every summer, I just try and come with new material.
Okay. So when do you hope to get the EP out?
Maybe before summer.
Okay.
Yeah, summertime. I'm trying to wait because I wanted to do some videos. I'm planning on making at least like 2 or 3 videos for this EP right here.
Okay.
I've already got other tracks already written for another EP, so I'm just a writerholic, man. I just write.
Okay.
I try to be very consistent.
Okay. So where can people find you if they want to look for your music and everything?
Spotify, Amazon, Rhapsody, every major platform. Google me.
Well, thank you, Flyy, for taking the time out to come onto the platform and tell us about your music. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. I highly appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.